helps when your microphone's on, bro. Okay. Welcome back to another thrilling installment of Warframe Wednesdays, where the colors are bright and the choices don't matter. I don't want vocals. Vocals end poorly. Okay. It's a little bit much, but it's only a minute and a half, whatever. So yeah, it's the last week for Scarlet Spear. So that's a thing. I have forgotten to feed my Kavat in like 2 weeks. That's good. I've got about half the arcades max, so I've got some serious grind ahead of me. Do I not have a spare Forma blueprint? That's terrifying. I really need to get another Forma into, or get a Forma of any kind into my Mesa Prime. I'll get around to it. So yeah, I'm hoping people are looking for space missions ideally. Cause, you know, space is quick. Can be very slow, though, depending. Someone's hosting ground, I might just cave. Yeah, hell with it. Have Limbo set and ready to rock. Limbo. Of course it's full. Okay. No, why would anyone... No, here we go. Scarlet Spear space. Any room left? But yeah, space missions can be very, 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 very slow if people aren't doing ground missions. So you have to keep an eye on the ratio. And I know we've been over this on previous streams. That guy is not responding to me, so that's just wondrous. A lot of hanging around, trying to PMing randos who are asking. Ah, here we go. Superb. I wonder if he actually took the time to look at my profile, because that would be creepy. I kind of don't like it when people do stuff like that. Sort of wish I could make my profile private. I should probably get my paracesis if we're doing space. I'm gonna get my paracesis if we're doing space. I am not, equipment, arsenal, paracesis, paracesis, paracesis. There we go. I should really have a better gun here. Literally anything would probably be better, but we'll go with that. And then I'll bring my Brahma. Oh, we're doing ground? We're doing ground. For some reason I thought we were doing space. Redeem. Let me make sure what this is on. What is this on? That should be fine. Ah, delicious. Some blueberries.
Using the pirated contracts recon data that you're about to provide, rail chat crews can give the Murits a migraine. Go!
Yeah, my Limbo is geared for maximum duration, which means Cataclysm has an absolutely disgusting amount of time that it's able to be up. 90 seconds or thereabouts. It's pretty grotendous. And then the time stop is about 45 seconds. It's about half. Okay. I'm not the only one shooting this because there's no way I'm doing the damage required. Oh, I had to cancel it. There we go. Very nice. I do have to keep a bit of an eye. Oh wow, he's there already? Jeez Louise. I'm not exactly rushing, and I don't need to be there early. I need to be there before the last wave, but not being there is kind of horrible. Yep. Glad I realized that I was in the rift. Not sure who else is going after it, but we've got... Oh, it's the Wisp, of course. Oh, jeez. So one disadvantage of it being that long is I often have to actually deactivate it, so my... what are the words I'm looking for? So my muscle memory for tapping the button to turn Cataclysm on and off is off, because I'm not double tapping. We'll see if the same thing happens. It probably will, because we're blitzing these things down really quickly. Later it won't matter as much, because it will be taking long enough, probably. What is... Ah! So what I'm doing is I'm doing regular attacks to build up my combo gauge. And then doing charge attacks. I do have to be careful about double tapping my 2 key to get the time stop, because if I do that, I'll activate then deactivate it. And I made that mistake more often than I care to admit, and I have a very low energy overhead build for Limbo. So that can be very bad if you don't have your time stop active, because that's why I'm here. Huh? What happened there? I've got to see if there's a way to make it so that I can go into heavy attacks right off the get. And let me cancel and activate and time stop. There we go. And now we just do that 13 more times. Limbo has a pretty easy job. in my opinion. On Earth, anyway. It's a lot lower maintenance on Earth than it is, because you just set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about the sentients getting resistant. On space, Limbo has to keep an eye on whether the sentients are getting into the bubble and moving. If they're moving, then things can get complicated. And that is my cue. Did I plant? Yes, I did. We're good. And I'm just keeping an eye on where people are going, because it usually takes me till about wave or iteration 10 before I actually know where know the pattern of where to go, which is really sad, but them's the breaks. I get there eventually, but it's like people will follow me and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. You can please stop following me. I do not know where I am. So when there's somebody who is, you know, knows exactly where to go, that's great, because I can just follow them and call it a day. So yeah, these are easy, and I haven't been timing. I'll time the next one to see how quickly we can do it. And that is my cue. Once I see it get to that last sliver, I know it's time. I might... No, I do have steel equipped. Very good. Oy. Because I've switched back to Steel Meridian for my syndicates. Because new mods, some of which do not look all that great, but some of which could be interesting to use. Oh, come on. One disadvantage is that if I am not keeping on... Oh, jeez. I'll take the compliment. I mean, servers have been wonky as hell on Warframe the last couple days. I mean, yesterday they were having difficulty with the internet backbone for the PC servers, apparently, which is why there were some really interesting disco dances going down. And by disco dances, I mean disconnecting. People disconnecting apropos of absolutely nothing. So, where were they? No more wasting time. Oh man, if I could play Macross 7 soundtracks without getting dinged for copyright, trust me, I'd be doing it. Oh, gosh, that's satisfying. Things the Catch Moon is still really, really good at. Blowing the belts off of arrow lists. It makes me very happy. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Probably. Yep. Pretty confident I went the wrong way. Still does a lot of damage by the truckload. But... Oh, no. Nope, 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 nope. You were definitely right the first time. Or wrong, but whatever. I'm wrong about many things, and where to go here is one of them. Ah, jeez, I've got to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze on stream. Come on.
Drop your uplink and let's get this done. Brunier, keep that uplink intact. Upstairs can't do squat without that signal.
I'm not 1000% confident, but that may have been a Neon Genesis Evangelion reference that's being made in the chat right now. I could be wrong. Oh, never mind.
Here we go. Impact site marked.
So right now the soundtrack being listened to is the Astral Chain soundtrack, which is a game by Platinum Games, they of the Sintered Bayonetta, Vanquish, Anarchy Reigns, Mad World, Wonderful 101 fame. They do some pretty killer soundtrack work when they get around to it. Unfortunately, the game is only on the Switch, and I think may have been co-funded by Nintendo, so slim chance of it actually coming to PC at some point. Unlike Wonderful 101, which is getting a PC release in the not-too-distant future, which I'm pretty hyped for, because that game was pretty sweet. Oh, I got blopped. Hell with this.
Get heavy upstairs. They need that signal. Uplink. Incoming Brunier.
When things go slightly pear-shaped like that, that's why I'm a limbo. And it only needs to complete the scan progress, and it will do that within the next 15 seconds, so I'm not overly worried. Oh my god, I can't see. Where am I going? Yeah, Astral Chain looks kind of like the weird... Looks like Chaos Legion, actually, which is a game I thoroughly enjoyed on the PS2, and I want to say it had a PC release as well. Kind of like Devil May Cry, only, you know, not. It focused on having minions and mooks do work. And so kitting yourself out and deciding which minions to bring for what, or legions, I should say. What legions to bring for what tasks was pretty important. I think Devil May Cry 5 had a character that sort of walked a similar line. Attacks that summoned minions, but I can't remember. It's been a long year. Then again, Platinum games can sometimes walk that fine line. They tend to always be borderline exquisite and extremely involved and involving to play, but at the same time, sometimes they wind up being kind of like Tri-Ace games. Tri-Ace being the people who made most of Star Ocean and did, what is it called? Oh, it was that gun ballet turn-based RPG. What was that called? Had a super cool steampunk aesthetic, or sort of steampunk aesthetic anyway. But yeah, pretty rad. Wow, what happened there? Jeez Louise. Oh, I'm gonna just
And
move.
keep an eye out for grin. Never mind.
Is a fair number of Grenier. Oh, that's right. This build doesn't have adaptation on it. I just remembered that. That's why I'm dying. That is kind of important. Come on. There we go. My cat is still alive through some minor miracle. I'm going the wrong way, I think. Yep. Follow the group. If we're all wrong, at least we're all wrong together. Get out of there. I don't know why I've been talking about... Really? We're doing it that way? That's... interesting. Get it. Wrong one. But yeah, I'm using a Redeemer build that is pretty effective against Eidolons. Did I plot mine? Yes, I did. We're good. I don't know why I went on a lengthy diatribe about Platinum Games titles. Maybe because I sort of wish I had a Switch. I don't know. Not that much. Like, I don't really see the need to bring the thing with me everywhere I go. It's a cute feature, but then again, I kind of prefer more stable Game experiences, maybe, is what I'm looking for. I keep forgetting to bring out my Kuva Ayanga to get it leveled up. Some of the creature designs in Astral Chain remind me very fondly of Warframe stuff. That kind of biomechanical look. A la Guyver. I could definitely stand to lose some duration, but it just means double tapping for basically. I'm gonna be using my Kuva Ayanga as much as I can. It, I don't think, does anything substantial to the, well, we'll find out. Maybe it does. Shoot. I don't have many mods on the thing is the problem, so. Doop, 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 doop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you're fast on mashing control space, control space, control space as operator. And you have max energy cap. Read Zeneric. Was mine linked to N? Yep. Oh, that's doing nothing. Cool. Ah, that's much better. That, on the other hand, was very impressive. What is it shooting? Multiple projectiles. I love that. That's really satisfying. Gas on there for some reason. That's interesting. Max clip size of 33, that's pretty good. Yeah, they converted some duration, or some attack, or some power strength. The Wisp I'm talking about. I just realized I didn't use my words. Converted some duration or range. Something into duration. I don't know if it was range or what. I went the wrong way entirely, and I'm just ashamed. Ashamed. As long as I get there before the end, it's fine. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna follow these people. Like I said before, doesn't matter if we're wrong, so long as we're all wrong together. That's what matters, I guess. There we go. Where are you giant tentacled monstrosity? There you are, you foolish creature. You should have known better than attack our planet Earth. It's a good way to get your orbs blasted. Yeah, twonk. There we go. Oh, that's right, this is going to be a short one. I will time the next one we do. Oh yes, I did plot mine. I wasn't sure there for a sec. Deployer is not ready, huh? That is my cue. Boom. Like clockwork. Nope, our gun deployer is still not ready. We are going and plowing through these with some serious speed. Because I think it's a 5-minute cooldown on that. I actually don't know. What is the cooldown on that? It's still 1 minute and 10 seconds left. I'm guessing it's a 5-minute. There we go. I should do some actual Arcwing missions, but eh. My understanding of the Kuva Ayanga is that it's basically like the Grattler, but better in terms of explosive radius anyway. Can't it be used? Give me my gun. My big shooty blaster.
Away from that offlink.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that Platinum Games did the combat for Nier Automata, which, in my opinion, is not their finest work. In terms of in-depth mechanics, it's still pretty good. But it's a great game, but most of the greatness is Yoko Taro being an absolute madman.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tara.
There was no small amount of spite there. That's right, I need to check to see how many Scarlet Shards I've got. Oh, 37k already. Nice! I think I can max another one out soon. Pulse, I guess. Once I get these out of the way, the rest is going to go pretty quickly, because these are 2k, these are 1.5k, and these are like 1k each. That will go most speedily. And then, apart from the arbitration arcanes, I'll have all the arcanes maxed out. It's going to take some doing, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there, all right. Bezarin? Is there anything I need to do here? No. Naramon, I don't think there's... Yeah, I need 306, so I'll wait on that. I guess I gotta look for a space crew or something. Oh, heck with it. I'm not even looking at them. I saw Titania in there. Where's Steel? Oh, there we go. Rank up. It's gonna be a long grind to get to where I need to be, but it will get there. 22k. If I'd been thinking ahead, I could have had that done, more of that done, but whatever. Oh, that's right, Suda. Suda I level up through Arbiters of Hexus. Or I can just do Suda leveling. Probably the easiest way. since I'm not too I don't really care. It's easy to balance between switching between Steel Meridian and Cephalon Suda to keep Red Veil up as well, so you have 4 active at once. Let's see, anybody doing... Rad shares, ground, tune 4, need Mesa and Wisp. Technically, I don't have Wisp on at the moment, but I will as soon as I do Wisp that. Drop 'em eggs. Shiny eggs. Actually, they're not very shiny, are they? There we go. Good boy. Now, Wisp is kind of like Limbo in reverse. You get your powers plopped at the beginning of a fight. So if you're slow and behind, you are causing people problems. Chroma of all things. Okay. That's one way to do it. One of the best setups I've seen so far is using Volt for your damage buff for your team. Wisp is optional. Limbo is fairly critical. And then Mesa or DPS of choice. Mesa's easy to work with, so Mesa's pretty common. You just plop 4 and left click a lot. Hold down left click and kill everything in sight. So Mesa's pretty easy. Going with like double DPS for killing sentience is also pretty solid. Those have worked pretty handily for me. Wisp is good for improving everyone's day. Chroma, on the other hand, I don't know. I've never been a huge Chroma fan to begin with. Even when I did understand how to play him properly, I wasn't a huge Chroma fan. But now, because he can't, as far as I know, reliably self-damage to get his buffs up, he's kind of a questionable pick, really. Unless they've tweaked things and I am not aware of it, which is very possible. Because removing self-damage hurt him kind of badly. Which doesn't affect me, but does affect things like the Eidolon meta. Oh, shoot, shoot. Ah, fudge. I misread the map wrong. My fingers reacted in a way that was not conducive to speedy progress. Where are you? There you are. Fine. Hopefully the Limbo is on his game. I've just shown what Limbo doing his job properly looks like. I don't see the... There it is. I don't demand that it be the absolute second, but do kind of wish that Wisp boosted reload speed, but that I think would make her even more disgustingly I can't talk today. She'd be even more busted strong than she already is. She renders pretty much all low-level content a joke at this point. Because it can't kill you. So if you made it so that she boosted reload speed on top of fire rate, yeah, she'd be a little busted. I can't even imagine what a augment mod for Wisp's one, her buff flowers, would even do at this point without making them more broken than they already are. Like, I could see maybe boosting their effect by like 50% or something, but removing the ability to use them infinitely. There we go. I'm gonna skip this one. Not really working for me. Bit too blatantly J-pop. After a while, it all starts sounding the same, so... Sorry, J-pop fans. Or Japanese music fans in general, really. I guess if you listen to anything enough, it kind of starts sounding samey, but even then... That's actually pretty decent damage. Not great. I mean, my Redeemer does that without even blinking, but... Batting an eye is the term I was looking for there.
Ground zero. There it is. Clear the zone.
This is a Limbo who is on his game. This is good. He also has a comparable energy color to mine, which is interesting. I forget why mine is pink. Oh, because it was the opposite of the green. I remember now. Which is what I had on my other Limbo. Well, we're killing these things pretty effectively. He might have like a disgusting riven on his Fullman. 91 of 100. Because it's already down. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, he's doing the, that's what he's doing. The Exodia Contagion tossing, which also works because you can damage it the entire time, whether it's closed or not. I don't think they ever fixed that. I haven't gone for that particular method, partly because I don't have setups that are super duper conducive to making that work, although I can make them. I can make what I have work, but it won't be quite as good. It is suboptimal what I have, because I grabbed for my what is it? The Bala Peye Vargit 2 Jai. I think you want the Vargit Jai 2 versus the Vargit 2 Jai, and I have the one that provides more speed than crit, and the optimal provides more crit than speed. Mostly because I wanted a weapon that had a base attack speed that was absolutely bonkers. And I got that. And my Plague Zaw strikes are, I don't think, properly geared. Well, it's mostly because I've got a really craptastic ribbon for purposes of spamming this thing. It's good in general, it's decent in general, but it's not ideal for this because it doesn't boost crit damage, which is what you really, really want. I have one that boosts crit chance, so it's got like a base crit chance of like 165 or something silly. If I have all the crit chance mods on, which is pretty dumb. You just crit all the time. Come on, yellow round aura thing. There we go. Give me my Judy guns. I want it. The big blaster. I want that Indo. I've decided. I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. after this soundtrack, I think I've got the a Blaze Blue collection queued up. 10 CDs. It took forever to rip that. Ideally, I kind of want space, because space will be getting me intrinsics, and intrinsics are good. I still need intrinsics. Someone not plant? Someone didn't plant. It was not me this time. Okay, that's good. This time. And it is, yeah, it's 5 minutes. 5-minute cooldown. What on earth? Oh, that's what happened. The flotilla ran out. There we go. Getting that launch right. And we're going to skip to another track because some 2D fighter music seems right up my alley right now. Sure, let me... Oh, shoot, I wish I knew when that message came in. Yes, absolutely, is the answer to your question. Let me see if this guy's going to keep doing it, though, real quick, because we've got a pretty good group going. I can always duck out. I don't feel too much guilt about that. Sorry, sometimes, because there's no timestamps on the messages, I do not know when you sent that message, Mr. Blanco. But yes, you can join. Let me go to communication. See if I have any. Friend requests. These are ones I sent out a million years ago, apparently. Accept friend. I don't think that's you, though. But yeah, shoot me a friend request. I'm on PC. Yeah, we can join up and do stuff in Warframe. I am totally down with that. Where are we at? Trade. We have broken the 40k mark. This is a good feeling. I have to check how many arcane pulses I need. So, I was not ignoring you, Keith. I just didn't see that you had left a message. I'm sorry. But yeah, shoot me a friend request. I'll accept it, and then, yeah, tell me that you sent it so that I know to check. 600-meter crawl. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Plop.
Keep Sarkis's goons away from that uplink.
They're all over here. I'm going to assume they know where it is. Nope. Yeah, I know the tiles on which they're on. The problem is I don't know which one is going to be when. Yeah, this is a very likely location. I have had some runs with an absolutely obscene amount of backtrack, though. Not at all what I wanted to do, but okay. Oh cool, it actually resummoned the gun without giving me trouble. That's fascinating. Could be this room as well. Keep forgetting that I am the Wisp. go. My boofs.
Condric's impact in your neighborhood. Hit it.
I like using Wisps 3 as well because it provides a big old blind and those little radiation pellets that come out of the enemies when they take damage while blinded.
Cover the uplink.
Do quite a bit of damage when you have a maxed strength Wisp. Pretty handy. Very nice. These are going smoothly. Not the most backchecking I've ever had to do, but it's a fair amount. At least most of the tiles are in close groups for the most part. Keeping my eyes peeled for a arrowlist so I can just blast its belt off in one, maybe two shots. down.
And keep an eye out for green. Never mind.
Ah, the days of BlazBlue. Calamity Trigger. Back when it looked like we were never getting a Guilty Gear game ever again. Crazy time. Crazy, crazy time. And then we did get another Guilty Gear game, which was a good feeling. Because Zerd was pretty good.
Heads up. Convict stroke that way.
It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but that is in a good way.
Drop your uplink and let's get this done.
It's quite enjoyable. And now of course, we're getting more Guilty Gear games again, which is great.
Tag upstairs can't do squat without that signal.
Is it down this way? Isn't this the one we just did? Yeah. Pretty sure it's over this way. One past here. Yeah, here we go.
New one. Marking ground zero.
And one more. I should have used my blind teleport. That probably would have helped. Too late now.
Railjack has our typing. Uploading kill codes. Keep those tumors off that uplink.
Oh, that's, yeah. It's right over here. This build does have adaptation on. I'm not sure if it's a fully maxed adaptation. I think it's 2 levels down from maxed, at a guess. I have a maxed adaptation. I'd like to get one for each level, but good luck with that. Need more adaptations to do that. There we go. Love it when those go down that quickly. It makes me feel real warm and fuzzy inside. I'm not 1000% sure which direction it is from here. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way.
3, 2, 1. Grenadier. Cover the uplink.
And this, I must be getting the reloads because I think it has not been 5 minutes between usages.
Go. Impact site 5.
One of the other cool things about the blind that Wisp does, particularly with regards to doing it off her flowers as a teleport, is it propagates, it expands in an area, as opposed to just being plop this space. It goes and it expands outward, so you can hit enemies over a period of time, which can be very handy for stuff like this. Plus its range is huge when you do it off the teleport. I have to not do that. Oh shoot, I think I've got punch through on this. That's likely causing me some problems. Should get the ones down there. Yeah, definitely a punch through on here, which is absolutely causing me problems. Or will cause me problems if I'm not careful. It's been okay. I just have to remember to put a forma in this thing. When we get back. Where is everybody? They're all north. I have gone the wrong way. To the rousing surprise of absolutely nobody, Fragath has gone the wrong way. He's not what I would call a bad player, he's just not very good. Sad too, because I've been playing since like 2012. End of 2012 anyway. That's earlier than I wanted to do it. I need to... There we go. Ah! Okay, the deployer's not ready yet. This will be the last one, I think, because it should say contract scan 16 momentarily. Yeah, there we go. This is the last one. Sweet. Hit it. Oh boy. I'm helping. Very nice. Now we head towards the exit, which is south. Just have to find where south that is. Yeah.
No.
2, 3, 4.
Everyone in one piece. Solid. That's a wrap.
All right.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Easy. Let me just get a form on this thing. Please load the screen. Thank you. Upgrade actions. Jeez Louise. Repolarity up here. Wow, because I have 7 rounds in there. Let me see if they're doing another one. Otherwise, I'll look for a space match. Because I need intrinsics. What was I going to switch to? I don't remember. I think it was just going to keep what I had. Alright, let's see if space is doing anything. That's from 1238. That's not useful to me. Oh man, mutagen sample farm. That is a soul-draining experience for sure. Communications. Definitely looking for space at this point, though. Hosting space, magnificent. Talk. Any room left can bring anything. Ha! The speed. That's terrible ping, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because we want intrinsics. Oof! Let me get my water open. Wash this manky coffee flavor out of my face. Much better. It said people join the squad. There we go. What do we need? We do not need 2 limbos. There are some things we simply do not require. 2 limbos is one of them. Paracesis, on the other hand, is rather useful here. Least of all, we don't need a limbo with energy siphon. Come on, guys. Nice. 3 Kuva Brahmas. Well, I'm prepped and ready. No, I'll leave the... I'm gonna leave my catch moon equipped because it's so good for aerolists. It just renders their belts completely moot. Let me... Oh, this is the same one I was just in. How? 26 minutes remaining. Go to trade. I have to see which one it is. It's in here that I was getting next. Pulse. Okay. Equipment arsenal. Pulse. Arcane Pulse. Oh, I have 4, so I just need to get trade. Arcane Pulse. 21 minus 4. No. 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Perfect. Poiches. No, just... So. Upgrade. Wow. Okay, well I don't have to worry about that one, so that's good. That I am going to do, however, is plop down over here, because this way I can get to the engine room real quickly if need be. We are still not there yet, eh? Yikes, that's a... I'm so accustomed to railjacks with 6060 health, and when I see one that's less than that, I am immediately concerned. Oh no, 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 don't do this. Not like this. Ah, jeez. There we go. Whew. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and I'm not doing a damn thing until my good friend the Limbo gets here. I really hope we don't still have 2 Limbos. That would be less than good. There we go. So space is a little trickier for the Limbo, as I intimated before, because he has to keep an eye on what the sentients are actually doing. So having huge areas sometimes isn't ideal, because they'll start resisting. I think it's 50. If 50 sentients are affected, then they start not always being affected, and then it just goes downhill from there, I think, if I remember correctly. I might be remembering incorrectly, in which case, oops and sorry. Did not check to see what that ground team to space team ratio was here. We are getting codes fairly quickly, though. But we're not. We'll be able to get a 5 Murex run done. I don't see a problem with doing that, provided the codes are this quick. honestly, again, I'm here for intrinsics. I need 512, I think. 512 for engineering, and then 256s for all the others. I'm probably gonna go for tactics next. Oh, here we go. Get back here, you! Come on, there we go. We go over here. I'm so accustomed to the Murex having more health, or the Railjack having more health. Again, making me real edgy and nervous. It shouldn't be an issue anyway. I think I have had a whopping one where the ship was in any danger. Two. Whopping two where the ship was in any danger of actually being destroyed. I can't remember off the top of my head for sure if one of them was in fact destroyed. Worth noting, though, that the Sentients, despite my buffs, are indeed going to be strong enough to one-shot us. One-shot our health, I should say. Technically two-shot us, because our shields provide that brief immunity to damage taking. Oh, yeah, just stand right in it. Why don't you? In order to speed this up, I'm going to have to start planting as soon as I get there. Even though it makes me feel real dodgy to do that, because I want the Limbo here to take care of that. I'm going to run circuit so that... Limbo! Hey, buddy, where are you? Limbo, my dude, what's going on? Thank you. You need to be like the first one here, my guy. We do not have time. Like, we have 26 minutes. 24 minutes more realistically by the time we got started. Before the flotilla ends. And I don't think the flotilla is going to be completed for starters in 4 seconds. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be on. I'm gonna be hitting my 3 a lot too on the later Murexes because I've got to boost our damage output since we don't have a Nova or anything. I guess I haven't tried a Volt on space. If anyone knows, does Volt's shield boost the crit damage of Peacemakers or Regulators? On Mesa. If it did, then you could build little bunkers for the Mesas, and they could shred things apart, doing more damage than they already do, and they already do a lot of damage. Here we go. Got 2 Murexes done. Or 3. 3? 2. 2. It says driven away 2. Learn to read, frag. Jeez. Yeah, I'll plant just to get the process moving forward, because time is a bit of an issue right now. For this flotilla, anyway. Boost? I'm 1000% sure. Oh, that better be entering the... Yeah, it is. Okay, we're good. 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, no! Okay, now this I have to test. Oh my gosh, that is a huge problem. Why am I here? Oh no. Oh gosh, that's horrible. That is so bad. I had to find out though. I had to know. Inquiring minds. Well, hey, this way at least. Oh god. Watch, they're gonna give me crap, and I'm gonna be like, where is the freaking limbo? This guy gets the bufs. This battle is taking 0 damage. What's going on here? Ah, jeez, the friggin' angry sun god, or whatever the hell that thing is. I'm not gonna tell the limbo how to play yet, but I am rapidly getting to that point where it's like, guys, there were 2 limbos a minute ago, and now nobody is plopping down the thing early enough. We have no time as it is. No, 26 minutes, it'll be fine. Yeah, it takes 15 minutes if everything goes perfectly according to plan, and I don't see that happening, ever. Part of it's lag. I'm being far too critical. I should check how much Dirac I have. I probably have tens of thousands by now. Not what I wanted to do there. Oh, something's boosting my power strength, I think. Oh wow, this is terrifying. Let me see if there's anything back here. They love hiding back here. Got it, my dude. Oh, there's still one up here. Get out of here, my man. My creepy hive mind hellion. I don't actually know that they're hive minds. Or a hive mind, I should say. Alright, let's get out of here. Railjack took a shellacking for no reason. Where'd here it is. Yeah, I now have no choice but to go plan. And this is the part where, like, having the limbo here first is almost critical. Or as near to critical as makes no damn it. There we go. He's starting to get here earlier, that's positive. Brachiolists, I swear. I have not seen Brachiolists, the four-legged things, have build up the resistance. They die too quickly. If they do get the resistances that other sentients get, I have not seen it. They just die too quickly. I think they might honestly not have the feature. I know Aerolists do. They do for sure. So it could just be a minor oversight, or they're intended to not have the resistances. I don't know. Blind. Yeah. Yeah, they're starting to resist the, Come on, are you in or out? I can't tell. He's out. Now he's in. Now he's dead. I do not see one here. The engines, but I'm about to double check to make sure, because I don't trust my own eyes when it comes to that stuff. Oh boy. This ship is in some peril. Let me just check to see if there's any back here. Yes. Glad I checked. Oh, that's not ideal. Let me turn. Where are you? Ah, there it is. Oh my gosh, get in through the outdoor. Where are we? Please go in the vessel. Thank you. The giant space ribcage. The Geigerrian wet dream. The Murex. No, 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 no. Oh. Nice time. Well, hopefully. Need to get people to actually plant their bacons. What on earth? That's just spooky. I do love these gray goo baths, by the way. That's what I call them, is these piles of gray goo, because they're sentients, they're automatons. You gotta figure they're probably made of nanomachines. I'm going to assume that nanomachines are in the offing. They have self-constructing star vessels, and they have that biomechanical look to them everywhere. I think it's a safe bet that they use nanomachines. Even if they're just kind of what we would call cells. And even if they look a lot like blood. Which is nanomachines anyway, really, when you think about it. We're made of nanomachines. Ah, we are good. I don't think the flotilla is gonna be done, mind you, but this thing is not taking the damage I would like it to take. Please take the damage I would like you to take. Thank you. Yeah, the lag's pretty significant and severe. Get back here, yo. I'll break you. Actually, I don't think they have kneecaps, so I can't break their kneecaps. Because they don't have them. Who is he shooting? Find that other electrical hazard. There we go. Nice, got it right at the last second. It's not GG unless the flotilla actually was completed. But I'm not gonna say that because that's extremely negative. It is over here. That's down below. And it is not going to be done. I don't see any way. Oh, he bailed. Oh, that's right. Let me go to equipment. Let me go to arsenal. Ugrad. Arcane. Pulse. And let's get up to rank 5, and that should leave me with just the one. Yes, perfect. Sehr gut. Alright, and I think precision is the next one I'm gonna work on. Where are you? Precision. Yeah, precision. Leave spear. I did mean to get my, that's right. Last mission results? I can't check last mission results because I'm a goon and I skipped it like a goon. No, not trade. I don't want that trade menu. Get out of here. Please drop it. Thank you. Let's see if anyone's doing space again. Level 5 Lich Hunt. Ew. Fortunately, you don't even need to have a level 5 Lich anymore, which is crazy, because if you just farm murmurs after getting one without ever having an encounter with your Lich, which I have managed to do repeatedly, you just get their murmurs, and then you fight them on level 1, 2, and 3 if you're, or level 1 only if you're super lucky. Super lucky. I mean, it's what, it's a 1 in 3, I guess. Or 1 in, there's how many possible combinations with 3? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 9. No, it's less than 9. It's less than 9 you have to ever do, worst case. Definitely looking for space. Preferably somebody hosting. I could host if I wanted to. I don't. Hosting wouldn't be a bad idea though, because I've got a decent railjack. Ooh, Grendel Farm. Grendel Farm was fun. I would love for farming, frame farming to be that easy. I mean, that engaging. It was also easy. Relatively speaking. Here's a mission. No mods work. Just bring good guns, bring good frames. It's like, oh, okay. That works for me, you know. 3 different missions. The defense was the one I was worried about. It just went smooth as silk. Had a decent team, got it done, and then I wound up getting Grendel and was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? Unfortunately. I haven't used Grendel with the new augment that makes his ball he turns into Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, he is very fast. Um, I have seen some very impressive, like, basic modding videos, like, with our basic loadout videos that, he just zips across the landscape, and I'm like, well, that's very cool, but, I still find Grendel to be largely unmanageable due to his resource requirements. You just need too much energy to do anything worthwhile. And is no one going to host? I'll host space. I just don't want to. Because then I'll land us in a... Let me see if there's any... Oh, I don't want to get out. What do we got? Hydroid, Ick, Atomos, yay. I guess I could do a Hydroid run. That wouldn't be so bad, would it? Oh, jeez Louise. Whatever. That's when my phone's blinking at me. Not gonna worry about that now. Wow, nobody's doing space. Nobody's hosting space, I should say. AFK Space Force? I'm not sure you could do an AFK. Oh, okay, there's a... It is Wednesday, my dudes. That's why I'm doing my stream. Alright, let's see what Red Text has for us today. Oh shoot, I'm getting to the end of my available time today anyway, so this might not be a bad thing. I remember the first time I played, played someone against someone as Bang Shishigami in BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, and dude, his Furin Kazan series of inputs to get the his hyper mode going, which plays this song that's playing right now in the background, and I was doing it to they were actually a coworker, not so much a friend, but a coworker. And I crippled them for the entire match. And this was back in Calamity Trigger when Bang was a total joke. He was not very good. He was like Dan tier in Street Fighter, only more so. Can't spell Wednesday without a yeehaw? I don't get it. But yeah, I crippled them because they dropped their controller and started laughing. It was pretty funny. I was able to do that 3 times before they, not in one match obviously, but before they eventually stopped being doubled over with laughter. It worked again once a while later, but... You also can't spell Wednesday without Andy, so shout out to all the Andys out there. You the real ones. Unless they're androids. Then they're just real androids. Real androids. Alright. Well, I'll check to see what the hotfix notes are then. I'll have to briefly put the actual stream on pause once they say it's out. Furin Kazan indeed. I should see if my PS3 still has my old BlazBlue game recordings. Probably doesn't, but I should check. get those uploaded somewhere, because some of those are hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean I am terrible at 2D fighters. Even when I was good at them, which was around then and a while previous, I was never particularly good. But I did have a couple adorable matches that I won for no reason other than playing as a character who has a counterattack, instant kill counterattack, and somebody mashing at me, which was hilarious. Oh, playing as Hakumen against a really button mashing, mash heavy Noel. Oh, the saddest part is that it took 3 rounds for it to happen, but it was pretty satisfying. Come on. Much better. Yes, the hotfix is deploying. I know, I know. I have like 3 ribbons I have to unveil. One of them is a kit gun ribbon, though, and I'm holding off on that until they release the primary kit gun equipment. Oh, that's right, I got a spring-loaded broadhead. I forgot about that. I don't think I had one of those already. What's that go up to? Oh, it just reduces the... That's kind of bad. I really don't see how that's worth 15 at all. 15 mod points. I've been looking for that one actually for a while. Unless that's just for, isn't that only Conclave though? I want to say that's a Conclave mod, yeah. Yeah, these are Conclave mods. Ribbon. Oh, I have 4. Jeez Louise. I have 2 pistol ribbons. Big. 6 consecutive headshots while in the Arcwing in planes. Oh, that's easy. I say easy. It's excruciating, but doable. Active pet and... Well, I guess I could do those 2 at the same time. Saving that one. That one I can bang out pretty quickly and painlessly. That wouldn't take long. I'm not totally sure what I'd want. Probably a Nucor Kuva. Do I have a Nucor ribbon? I don't think I do. I used to, but I think I dismantled it. Or traded it? This was before the Kuva Nucor was a thing. I don't have a Nucor. Do I have an Atomos? I don't. Either one of those would be nice, I guess. Hotflix is still deploying. Let's check the website real quick. Warframe. I don't want the marketplace. Fandom. No, not fandom. Warframe.com/forums. There we go. PC update notes. Alright, I'm just gonna pause this for a sec. Intermizio. 27.3.16 and Warframe. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, they did fix the Basmu's busted reload. I saw a couple videos on that and chuckled, and I was like, well, I'm never going to go for that because I had to format it like twice. I would have had to format it, I think, twice in order to fit on a maxed, what is it, depleted reload? It increases your fire rate but makes your reload speed very slow. And it made you do more and more pulses, and each of them got stronger and stronger and stronger. Fix the Basmu's healing pulse, receiving exponential copies of equipped mods with each pulse when under the effect of some conditional buffs, which led to unintended amounts of damage. No kidding. It was hilarious. Let me mute the audio for the Warframe page. I don't want it pinging every time someone posts a response. It was truly funny to watch the videos where it was just killing like level 170 like turbo juggernauts. in instance. Well, not instance, because it had to do a couple pulses first. But otherwise, it's a really underwhelming healing pulse. There was also some way you could make it so that it did, because it was doing like an integer overflow. And because it was supposed to be healing you, it could wind up killing you if the right conditions were met. Okay, let's get back into Warframe real quick, even though I've got to go, actually. Yeah, we did not repel the wave in time, of course. Okay. Alright, there we go. I do actually have to scoot, which I'm not super happy about, but I do. Them's the breaks, folks. It has been fun. I do this every week, though. Every Wednesday. Usually I do more and more varied tasks than just Scarlet Spear, but Scarlet Spear is what we got. Hopefully they'll have the new Nightwave up by then. They said 2 weeks, but that was like the beginning of this week, I think, or the end of last week, so it's probably not going to be in time for my next stream next Wednesday. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, it'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So, have a good one. I do other streams throughout the week. I do a Warframe Wednesday stream every Wednesday. I do a Mecha Mondays stream where I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent. I've been going through the story mode of Daemon X Machina, the PC release, which has been pretty awesome because it's as close as we're gonna get to Armored Core 6 probably in the next decade. Because FromSoft has shown zero interest whatsoever in making another Armored Core game. Oh, sure, they've claimed, oh yeah, we want to make another Armored Core, but it's not happening. If they haven't done it by now, it's not happening. They're getting too much. Their creative director right now is very much about the medieval fantasy thing. He had been into the medieval fantasy thing since well before he was in charge, as it were. But whatever. And then on Saturdays I read short stories, usually, or full novels. I've read a couple full novels so far. Peter Watts' Blind Sight, Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash. And right now we're reading through a serialized novel called Brigands of the Moon by Ray Cummings. Ray Cummings, yes. As it was published in Astounding Stories of Science Fiction of 1930, from March 1930, April, May, and June, July. Yeah. March through July, I think. I think it's 4 parts. March, April, June, July. Yeah, 4 parts. So yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, just read that aloud with like a picture of the book in the background. Alright, folks. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and gosh, have a great week. Stay safe. Feel free to tune in. I also upload these to YouTube, so you can watch them later if you so choose. Alright, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.